Welcome back to round 2 coverage of the Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. We're out here in Fountain Hills, Arizona. I'm AJ Risley, and to my immediate right is Paul Ulibarri.
Yes, I am. And there's those cactuses again, showing you the beautiful Arizona landscape along with the fountain. Look right that there. Fountain.
Drew Gibson, too.
Yeah, we had an exciting front nine with a lot of great play.
Sure did. A couple 6 downs, a couple 4 downs.
Yeah, looking forward to this back nine and seeing what these guys can bring you guys, what kind of finish we can have.
Yeah, after the show the Crush Boys put on yesterday, this back nine is going to be fun to watch. Lots of birdies. That's just my assumption. We'll see if it's true.
Yeah, with the conditions the way they are, I mean, scoring conditions are absolutely perfect. So these guys are going to be throwing lawn darts into this back nine. Starting off with hole 10, par 3, 381 feet. Yeah, so honestly, the best play for these guys, especially Simon, Ricky, and Eagle, not to throw Jalle under the bus because he can definitely get this hole, but the wide hyzer, a lot of power.
Oh, yeah.
You can crash this backside of this tree and really get a... And he goes right through it. That's
my
surprising.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And I remember saying this the first round and thinking that these guys were going to go wide hyzer, and none of them really did. This is typically what I would think they would throw.
I think really what our players are trying to do is just give themselves an open putt wherever they can find it. Because that tree that's right next to the basket can be a doozy.
Right, and then just...
Oh, and that one gets
wrong.
Just barely under the tree as well and skips right to within 15 feet.
And this is more of the line that I would think. This is exactly what I would picture.
Gets
Jalle
under.
I think he might have caught that left tree, but to split those two trees and push left is usually what you're... And usually what was... He just had nothing there.
Nothing, so he...
Completely blocked off.
Simon trying to skip it in there. Oh,
good height.
It's a tough look. Here we go. This was one of the holes that Eagle missed yesterday, so I wonder if he's thinking about that as he sets up that 25 foot.
Better not be.
Better not be. It doesn't matter now. I mean, he's good. In there for bird from somewhere between 25 and 30 feet. And Rick's a bit closer, wide open putt.
And I'm just gonna say it. I don't think Ricky was trying to go inside there. I play with him a lot.
Sure.
I think he was going for the wide hyzer and snuck through that left side, which is another way to do it here.
Mm-hmm. I think as long as you throw it hard enough, and you'll fight through the trees, you'll get a skip, and that's got to be part of the play for these guys.
Get them however you get them.
Yeah.
Birdies are so useful in tournaments. I've learned.
Yes, they are. A couple birdies from Eagle and Rick. Let's move on to hole 11. We're working our way back south towards Euro Pizza Cafe. Hole 11's 390.
Yeah, you're going to see a couple sidearms coming in from left to right because of the hillside, and then you're going to see a couple backhands with a slight flex that are going to try to just kind of land softly on that hill and skip up. I think Simon should play this with the sidearm though. And there's a wide hyzer, and that's crazy to me how wide he plays that. It's just a spike hyzer for him.
Yeah, no problem.
So much power, guys.
He corrected from yesterday's mistake as well. Yesterday we saw him hit one of those trees on the left side, and actually of these 4 players on the card today, Eagle was the only one not to birdie hole 11 in the first round.
Interesting stuff.
Interesting. Thank you, U-Disc.
Thank you, AJ. And here's that sidearm.
Wow.
And he takes more of the right hand play. That's just so. Yeah, just Eagle takes it super wide. Simon goes kind of straight at it, and
it's like a 400, maybe not 400, but 380 foot finesse sidearm.
Yeah, and then Ricky with the flex shot, and Jalle had a really good shot. And here's Fountain for you. Pretty good drive in the circle. Almost impossible.
Right. And that's the challenge of this hole in particular is as we know that the left side is going to be more advantageous for that putting. But at the same time, the water's on the left side, and the ground is going to filter down to that left side, so the skips are going to be amplified. So it's a tough play. But that's why we saw those sidearms from Simon and Eagle. Jalle will tap in for the lone par. There it is. Star frame. Wow. 7 down, 6 down, 7 down, 6 down. And we're only through 11 holes.
Hole 12, par 3, 290 feet. I'm just going to throw this in there. 88 meters as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think the math checks out on that. Yeah.
Downhill, there's going to be a slight right to left wind here. So you're going to see these guys take it probably a little bit wider than usual.
Yeah.
Here's Eagle throwing mid-range.
Yep,
and
there
that's
you go.
pretty wide.
Super
so
wide.
It should be perfect.
Something super overstable. I think I want to say that's that new MD5 by Discmania.
And one thing I like to do with little holes like this is watch their lines and see how well they match each other's lines, because his was perfect, right? And so Ricky was really close, just a little more height, and you can see he takes it way wider than those two. I'm wondering if this will get left enough.
And it comes in with more of a spike angle, so it doesn't quite get that skip like we saw from the first two.
And what this does is it kind of shows you that they're all throwing a similar stability.
Yes.
Because you can really see the lines that they take. If they differ, it's almost that exact distance from where they land. Kind of a fun thing I like to do. Good putt from Ricky. This should be a star frame, I'm guessing, with actually Simon's a little... Yeah, star frame.
Yeah.
But
no
still,
problem.
that's a tester. That's not a gimme. Right?
Oh, yeah. 28 feet,
And
maybe?
and that's what you want on hole 12. Like, you're coming into this hole, and you're thinking, okay, this is where really the back nine starts, because after that, it's just all hyzers.
It's all hyzers, and it's all holes that almost are must-get holes. In this climate of competitive top-level disc golf, yeah, the from 12 to 18, yeah, I would say must-gets, with the occasional good birdie. But really, yeah, star frame, and I'm sure we'll see quite a few more.
Are you?
I'm so sure. Ricky with a good two-stroke swing from the first round to the second round. He went OB and took a bogey on hole 12, so good correction, Rick.
Hole 13, par 3, 255 feet. Really, the only trouble is...
That tree right in front of you, right?
Yep.
Gotta be. This is one of the few baskets in this tournament that went from last year to this year elevated to not elevated. Fun fact. So yeah, now it's really just that tree that's in the way. You don't have to worry about a windy uphill putt.
And there's a good shot from Eagle. Anytime you crest to the top of the hill, you're loving life.
If you skip, you mean skip on the upslope?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yep.
And
Yeah,
just
exactly.
like that. Oh, yeah.
But if you catch the downslope, this thing can actually get up and go, 20, 30 feet.
Oh, yeah.
And
A little trampoline action.
Right.
Ooh, and that's a tight line.
And on such a short hole, when you have a tester, it feels a little longer than it really is. Like
Right.
that one that he has right there, like this is such a must-get that's going to be a real nervy putt.
Especially if Jalle can put it just as close as Eagle and Ricky.
Which it looks like
He's trying to.
Oh, yeah. That's really good.
But yeah, I mean, Ricky is freaking zarked.
Yeah.
And it feels like Simon's going to have to jump this one, even though he's only like 25 feet away. No problem. That's where you want to hit your putt. On these Mach X's.
In the middle, really?
Right in the
AJ?
diamond. Right in the...
Yeah, it is.
Another solid putt by Eagle there, too. Man, he's in the zone. Look at him.
I can't really see his eyes.
That's how you know.
Those are his eyes. They're not even sunglasses.
Right.
They're
It's just
black eyes.
just big black lenses for eyes. He's a robot. And Ricky, look at him. He's, like you said, loving life.
I said
With that big old belt buckle. What is that? Harry Potter insignia?
Is that a star frame that you called?
Hey, wow. What do you know? Another star frame for these guys. Simon holding on to that 2-stroke lead over Eagle. And we're going to go into hole 14. A little downhill shot. Again, water on the left side. And we got a little bit of a headwind on this hole, which with all this varying terrain, you know, you got a berm here that you got to play over on the right side. Another basket right next to a tree. Like you said earlier, that's Fountain Hills for you. And a slope down to the water. This is can be a little bit of a tricky shot, but the sidearm is a smart play, playing into that bank.
You're going to take on a lot of trees, though, going that route.
That's a good point. And he gets past him. And he's just as zarked as he was yesterday. He didn't hit the basket.
And if you're throwing the hyzer, you're going to barely want to miss that pine tree.
Decent.
And this should be good. Because if you barely miss that pine tree, it'll have that soft skip. I mean, he has a putt. It's gonna be a tough one. Simon's gonna hold this. We're just in front. This thing needs a dig.
Let's try him. Shovel time.
Yeah, that's good. He's gonna have a test here as well with that electrical box.
Jalle going low hyzer?
Low hyzer, but this thing is gonna hit that hill and
Ooh.
what a skip. You don't see that very often. But he's getting a roll
Oh
here.
no. Why though?
Well, you see there's a slope that's facing downward towards the sidewalk, and when a circular object gets up on edge.
My gosh. Oh man. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Circle 2 putt. Not
so
quite
much.
on target.
Oh, that looked kind of like he hit the top of the basket, but it didn't.
He hit the tree, yeah. Unfortunate. Simon though.
I guess he wanted that one. He picked up his disc pretty quick, like aggressive style.
He's feeling good. And we don't see too many circle 1 misses from Ricky Wysocki. So he's a little perturbed there. And Eagle 2 for 2 on this hole from inside 12 feet. Rough break for Jalle. I thought that shot came in with a decent amount of speed and a decent angle, but yeah, like you said, that slope and taking too much of a steep hyzer, that's it's a pretty risky shot. So
we kind of caught a good break by skipping over the mound, and then
yes,
caught
true.
the bad break afterwards. So maybe.
But then
it just
another
evened
good
it.
break by staying in bounds. So
But then he has to play hole 15.
yes, which is a long one. 426.
I would say that's a good break because he could probably birdie this hole. Get
I think so.
Back on track.
Yeah. There was a little bit of a headwind, though, yesterday. There's always kind of a sneaky headwind. You don't feel it too much on the tee pad, but you start walking down the fairway and it hits you right in the face.
Yeah, there's nothing in the way. There's a little tree kind of straight at you, and that won't be in play for another 10 years probably, then possibly. And maybe never for Eagle.
Right. Yeah, as long as these guys are able to throw high hyzers, they're going to be fine out here in Fountain Hills, Arizona.
If they made high.
Oh my gosh,
Get
that
in.
tree just matumboed him. Oh my gosh.
Oh
my goodness. Oh wow. Sorry. Let's move on.
Oh.
Ricky.
Oh.
We'll see. If that kept rolling forward, he's going to have a tree in his way. But if it just kept rolling to the right, he might have a
This
look.
is too flat. This needs to get a
bit.
big skip.
Just put him in circle 2. Yeah.
It's makeable.
Yeah. It's not a bad look at all.
I've seen him make longer.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. How smooth is he, though?
That was so great. That's crazy. He put it up so high, and I thought it was just going to fade left, but it was just dead center.
Eagle
And
makes
a
good
great putt.
Yeah, about 29.
Oof.
And Ricky
Jeez.
had nothing in the way.
Someone needs to tighten down that how that basket's set up. Rick almost knocked it over with that putt. Did you see it like sway back and forth because he freaking jammed it?
Look, I want to see this.
Likewise.
No wobble.
None.
A little high,
A
though.
little high, but such a smooth, pure putt didn't even matter.
No.
Simon still with that 2-stroke lead over Eagle, 4 over Jalle.
Star frame.
Another star frame. Hey, what do you know? There's my buddy Scotty.
I know that hole 16 is probably the easiest hole on the course.
Gotta be.
327 feet. And I'm guessing that distance isn't right. I think it's a little shorter.
I think it's a little shorter, too.
So these guys are going to just play little chip hyzers. All this is distance control because there's a Mando on the right, so you can't really go wider than you're supposed to go anyway.
Right. And you don't want to go tighter than you're supposed to either.
It kind of, honestly, the hole kind of lines you up to where you have to park it. You know? I'm serious. Like,
Right.
As long as you have the right height, like, it has to be within the circle, unless you go deep.
Yeah. Which I've done before because I thought it was 327, and so I threw it as hard as you would for a 327-foot shot, and then I end up 30 feet deep.
I think if you took the Mandos away, this hole would be harder.
You're right.
Which is kind of a ridiculous statement, but I really do.
Well, I made a ridiculous statement by assuming that there would be plenty of star frames on this back nine, so we're in the same boat.
Good putt again from Simon. He's making a lot of 25 to 30-foot putts, and he's making them look very easy.
Yeah, he's just padding those stats. You don't get credit for your tap-ins on your Circle 1 putting percentage this year. So Simon is just circumventing that little change and just making all his 25-footers.
Another star frame. You expected on that.
That was risky, but it paid off, so yeah.
The next hole, if there's a star frame, that would be impressive.
I agree.
Looks like he was throwing a stable disc in slow motion. Does it become more stable in slow motion?
It's hard to say. I'm gonna practice that in the field today before the round. I'm gonna throw some slow motion flex shots and see if they pan back harder.
I think they will.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Hole 17, par 3, 468 feet.
Now that distance I can get behind. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Downhill.
Downhill, fountain in the back.
It's a fun shot. It's like you're teeing off from a cliff up there on that sidewalk.
It's really cool. It's
Yeah.
a unique hole.
Yes.
For sure.
And what do you know? Fountain Hills. A couple palm trees right next to the basket. But this one is the challenge here is just the speed of the green coming in. You either got to play a spike angle or you got to get your disc to hit 40 or 50 feet right of the basket and skip. And there you go. Spike angle right on the basket. Zarked.
Yeah, Pizzarked.
Pizzarked.
There you go.
And there's this.
That's
just
wider, so this
huge.
probably is going to end up 30 feet to the right.
Yeah, because he played that spike, but there you go. He's just going to try to pad those Circle 1 percentage stats.
And this one as well
I like this.
is going to be maybe a little closer than Simon's, but deeper.
Yeah, he crushed that one. Ooh.
Yep.
Jeez, careful, Rick. Disc golf strong, paying off.
Not paying off.
Oh,
He
yeah,
wants
too
to
much.
make- yeah.
Disc golf too strong.
And y'all not quite as much power as these guys, so this thing's going to have to go. I like the angle. Yeah.
Yeah. Disc golf
We're gonna
smooth.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of outside the circle putts here. Ricky.
Again, disc golf too strong for Wysocki there. Oh, and then disc golf too smooth for Jalle. Great putt.
I feel like sometimes you get into such a zone that you almost want to go to that spot that you're making a bunch
Sure.
of putts at. And it seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
Simon's got there this weekend to where he's been 25 to 30 feet on a lot of holes just inside the circle.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks so confident. He's hitting the stripe over and over and over again. It's quite impressive
Yeah.
to see the zone that he's in.
It's like he would rather be 25 feet than 15 feet. And maybe that's exactly what it is, because he likes playing this course where he can throw a lot of big hyzers where he's throwing it a lot harder rather than in the woods where he's got to throw touchy shots with less power. So who knows? Maybe that's part of it.
Hole 18, par 3, 400 feet.
What a great finishing hole.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is actually hole 16 in the regular Fountain Hills layout, correct?
Interesting fact. You were right.
Yes.
OB all left. You got sidewalk up to the right.
Yeah.
You have like 3 trees you have to miss in the middle. You're going to see a couple wide hyzers. Actually, you're going to probably see all wide hyzers, I'm guessing, because they have the power to just throw it over those palm trees on the right and then pop it right.
Jeez.
That's a lot of power to get it that far deep, because you can see the flags are actually going from left to right, which is pushing you. So that's why you're seeing these guys take that super aggressive,
very aggressive,
high spike angle.
Goodness.
And that's just, I went with a wide hyzer myself, and I came up extremely short with a really good shot. And so that's just to put it in perspective how far these guys actually do throw it.
Yeah, it's a huge hyzer. Not really anybody was throwing it out and over those trees 5 years ago.
No.
6 years ago, whatever. And to throw it past the basket on that huge hyzer, wow.
It looks like Jalle's turned this over a bit.
Yeah,
But that's a safe play.
Safe plays by Ricky and Jalle. You know that they can park it on that line, though.
Yep.
So. And a smart play there. Just take the 3 and walk away. Solid round.
Very solid round. It was so fun to watch how smooth Jalle is.
And that's funny. Rick knows he can make that because he has it plenty of times. Wow, that was a sneakily a death putt right there. Elevated basket with the water right behind. And there you go. Simon just jamming those mid-range putts all day.
Ricky with a par, Jalle with a par, a couple birdies. Simon in 2 rounds missed 1 hole on the back nine. That's impressive. 17 under on the back nine.
Yeah. And almost 17 under on the front nine.
Yeah.
If not, yeah. That's great stuff. Wow. Halfway through the tournament. Yeah, there you go. Digits by all 4 players on the card. Simon, 14 down. Jalle, 14 down. Holy moly. And Eagle's right behind him with 13. And Eagle birdied the back nine. This is crazy. Sorry if we sound surprised. It's because we're in the zone just like these guys were.
Super fun to watch. Thank you guys for joining us. Join us for 3rd round coverage. We're switching it up to Vista del Camino. It's going to be fun.
Thanks for watching.